Moving to just chatting.
Hello. Hello. Let me lower this volume a little bit. Okay. Hi. This is a little weird. Hold on. Okay, so package. What did I get? I got a back support pillow because my old one, the cover for it, it has a strap, a buckle that holds it to the seat, and that frayed, and eventually basically broke. So the thing wasn't being held up, and it's a little hard on my back basically when that happens. So I ordered a new one a few days ago, and it just showed up, and I was thinking like, okay, well, if I get that strapped onto my chair, I'll have an easier time streaming and standing here and talking to you guys, which is good, right? That's good. That's good for us. It does feel a little weird. I guess it's a new, brand new. And the shape is like feeling a little funny. I'll have to get used to it a little bit. But I don't particularly want to go back to those days where my back was hurting all the time from bad back support, so let's do this instead. Okay. That's that situation. Why have I not been around for 2 weeks situation? Yeah, let's talk about that. I got COVID. I got COVID. And you can hear me probably, you might hear the sound of a cough drop in my mouth right now, moving around. I had a 102-degree fever for like 4 days. I was completely laid out for basically like a week and a half. And it was awful. It was bad. Even after that, it was just kind of a struggle to make that work, I guess. And so now I'm not quote unquote sick anymore, right? I'm not contagious. The COVID test is now negative, which is great. But I have this persistent scrape in my throat that is like not going away. Yeah, it was horrid, but also thank you. And that's why I didn't show up for a while, right? It was like even now if I'm talking for too long, my voice starts to getting a little raspy and a little scrapey. I'm trying to preserve it. I'm trying to be careful with it, right? I'm trying to make sure that it is taken care of. I mean, even like a week and a half after I got sick, right? I went back to work, quote unquote, went back to work on Friday, and I was just like passed out at the wheel for most of the day. I was like there, but I was just like not mentally there. So I really gotta get my shit together for Monday. But I'm struggling a little bit. That is the kind of the gist of what happened. Ergonomics are good. COVID is bad. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. Also, I see Twitch has set up this like set up your vertical stream, dual format. Vertical stream is down on the mobile feed. Something. Apparently I should do that. But that sounds really annoying. I think I saw them, like I looked at it briefly and they basically say like use like a restream tool, like Atom or something. Yeah, Atom vertical plugin. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It's kind of a pain in the ass to set up all these scenes. It is kind of a pain in the ass. I should do it. I guess I should do it. It's just like, it's annoying. And I don't know how I would possibly make that look decent in vertical. I really take advantage of the real estate. And there is a thought in my brain that's basically like, YouTube has started automatically doing vertical streams sometimes. I could be vertical right now, and I wouldn't know. I sure hope not. I sure hope not. I don't know how they would know. I don't know how they would decide. So Twitch is like, this year, Twitch has definitely rolled out this make your clips in both vertical and not vertical format, right? And a lot of that has to do with basically the shorts, right? Because shorts on YouTube are 60 seconds long at maximum. Clips on Twitch go from 30 seconds to 90 seconds. So if you do a like 60-second or less Twitch clip, you can just throw it right on YouTube in the shorts format and you'll be happy. And so they kind of included some tools for that, in part because Twitch's discoverability is not very good, essentially. And a lot of the ways to get people onto your Twitch channel is to have this sort of evergreen content that is like doing the work for you while you're offline, which is to say, have stuff on YouTube, right? I have stuff on YouTube. Setting things up for vertical streaming, however, is a whole nother step that I'm not sure I necessarily want to go down because I think I have to appeal to a certain like lowest common denominator of how formats can be. And like I like this format, for example, right? Like this format I like because here we have like this portion of the screen, this portion of the screen, this portion of the screen. I got thirds. I got space for my guy, right? I got like chat over here. I got me, obviously. And I got space for memes here, right? And then when the browser kind of shows up and I do a browser thing, it shows up here, right? I'm taking advantage of that space. If it were to go vertical, I assume I would have to basically build something that looks a little bit like this, right? Like I'm always here. I guess this is me. Teams person symbol. What's my hairstyle? This? Yeah, this is what I look like. And then everything kind of just has to get shoved up here, which means like chat goes here and the browser also goes here. And what else goes here? I don't know. I don't think there's enough space. That's my worry. I don't think there's enough space. Right? I guess the other format you can do is you could make yourself like really big, right? Do this. Dorito shaped. Okay. And then like chat is down here, I guess. Right? Like chat is down here. And then, but I don't know where I would put like a browser source. Would I have to duck and then put the browser here? I don't know. I think that making those decisions is difficult. And I think if you are somebody who is like actively taking advantage of the real estate, right? At least even a little, like I am. And I don't know that I'm doing it very well, but at least a little, right? I think you're gonna struggle with this vertical format a little bit. Because as I pointed out, right, like I'm split into thirds, right? 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be difficult to put those thirds in here in a way that has meaning and can be seen in a vertical format. So I don't know. Would I want to cultivate an audience that likes vertical stream? Basically, it's just the mobile viewers, right? It's the mobile viewers, and I don't know to what degree those people are. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let me put my thoughts out here, right? So I think vertical viewers come in two types. They come in like same as desktop. You get some background noise people, right? You get some background noise people, and you get some people that are like actively on the mobile interface and like watching from there. I don't think these people give a shit about what it looks like. I don't think they care, right? They're mostly here for the soothing dulcet tones of my voice, rasp out with COVID and struggling. Then you get these guys, right, who do care and are watching on their phone. And there should be maybe some consideration taken to like working towards those people. Because I don't think there's necessarily like a bad thing to be watching on mobile. Some people watch like on their phone while they're at work or whatever, right? Um, but I feel like that's maybe like a smaller segment, especially for me. I think this kind of vertical format, I'll put it not in front of my face, this vertical format here, right? I think it really suits people who are like the entire thing, right? Just chatting segments would be great for a vertical format. If you are like a singer, right? If you are one of those V singers, or talents who just likes to sing, this is great. Basically something where like you're the focus, right? That would be good. That'd be good if that's the case. For me, I play a lot of games. It's maybe not so good. Maybe not so good. So I don't know. I think maybe something to try, but I'm not sure. It's time that I have to invest. And I just have not had time to invest necessarily on all these things. Yeah. Not sure. Oh, that reminds me. Can I? I thought on Twitch I was able to see. Hold on. I thought I was able to see like who the founders are. Subscription analytics. Where is that? Where is this? Yeah. This makes perfect sense. It is kind of unfortunate, but that's just kind of the reality of like I haven't been streaming, so no surprises here. It's always a little rough, right? Because so part of the reason for me thinking this, right, is that on my Twitch chat, it just like fucking blasts me. By the way, hey, you only have this many subscribers. By the way, and I'm like, I didn't want to know that. Actually, it's hidden on my top bar for a reason because I don't want to know this. I don't want to be knowing this information, but it just like slams me with it anyway. And I'm conscious of like the fact that even though I said last time we talked, right, like a few weeks ago, I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be super not busy, like super busy and like not that available. If you want to not subscribe, I totally get it. Blah blah blah, right? Totally understand all that stuff. Totally understand all that stuff, right? No shame, no frustration with that to any specific person. But it does also like blow for this thing to keep fucking showing it to me. Oh my god, stop. It keeps flipping and telling me, by the way, you only have this many subscribers. I didn't want to know that. I don't want to know that. I kind of wish it wouldn't show. Like, why is that there? Hold on. It is kind of pissing me off, Heike. I'm gonna be real. Is it because I put my... Oh, you guys can hear me crunching so loud. I'm so sorry. That must be so fucking loud. Crunching on my cough drop. Can I hide this fucking plus? You know that's what it is. It's the fucking plus goal, huh? Can I hide that? Manage goals. Plus program. Can you... Off. Done. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's because I put the number down there. It showed up. The moment I hit the number from the lower panel, the goals list, it is no longer in my face. Yeah. I know I shouldn't get mad, right? I shouldn't be upset. Like, I have not been here. I totally understand why I'm down to 2 subscribers, right? Like, I get it. I totally understand. Um, and I also know, like, who those subscribers are. So I don't know, I shouldn't be mad, I guess. But also part of me is like, I wish I had more time for this. I wish I had more time for this. I know that I got a lot of traction during my Dark Souls stream, for example. It is very annoying. It is very annoying. Okay, so I'm gonna here. You guys can just see it. Vulture, move us to main, please. Vulture, move us to main, please.
Moving to main scene.
Okay, let's talk about the UX. Here, all right? How about the UX? There you go. So, by default, I have all this shit turned off. I don't mind showing you guys right now, right? This is what the numbers are. But I have them all turned off by default. The thing is, when I go to manage goals, and I go to the plus program, and I say, sure, right? Because it suggests you, by the way, you should do this. So I do this. And then this now shows up here automatically. Automatically. Even though this is hidden up here, right? Like I don't wanna see this. Because I have the goal open, it's like automatic. And so I'm turning it off for that reason. Because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this thing. I just don't want to see those. This is the setup that works for me, right? This is more or less functional for me. I have a combined chat, which I will drag over. So I use this, right, to just watch both chats at once. And I just kind of keep it off in the corner next to my OBS, which is here. You guys are going to get like infinite scroll of death, but yeah. That's usually what my setup is, and then I usually have this off on the left. And then I have the YouTube version here, right? Which is, I also don't know what to say about this very much. It's just kind of the situation as it is. Is this frozen? It is frozen. Terrifying. Oh, my browser crashed. Awesome. Awesome. But this is the YouTube UX, right? And I have my problems with this one too, which I will show once it stops crashing, I guess. Hold on. So I tabbed into YouTube. I'll say this, I tabbed into YouTube and my browser crashed. Not great. Not great. Okay. So here we go. We got all this stuff, right? But what kills me is that sometimes it'll show a message here that's like, hey, by the way, you're not sending audio. It's like, yeah, I know I'm not sending audio. I'm in the first 5 minutes of my stream. I'm trying not to get my stream cut off. And it'll just keep this here, by the way. It'll keep that little message here until I tab in and check. So right now it's like 8:47 my time, right? And I've been streaming for like 35 minutes. And 35 minutes in, right? It'll put here, right? It'll go warning, right? Warning, like there's an issue. You can see it says 8:48 right here. Stream health is excellent. It's because I tabbed in now. So if it caught an issue at 8:10, the first 5 minutes of my stream I didn't have any audio, it'll sometimes push that message here and I'll go, oh no, did I not include my audio? Oh my god, what am I doing? This is so bad. It's It's its own problem. Its own problem. So these are the things. I mostly watch this, right? Mostly watch this. And I just kind of have it up in the left corner in like a small little pocket. That works out fine for me. And I don't know why the goal updated successfully is not going away, so I'll just do that a little refresh. Ooh, and I forgot to turn this off. There you go. Oh yeah, I guess that's if you guys are wondering, here's my secret, right? That's how I'm doing it. Just a secret overlay. So yeah, I wouldn't say any one UX is like significantly better than another, to be honest. They're both kind of special in their own way. Oh, also, it's always fucking. This is the other one, actually. Here, I can put this back. This thing is on top chat instead of live chat, and I always want it to be on live chat, but it doesn't fucking default. Doesn't do the default I want. So, all right. You ask how you did that, and I have answered. Yeah, I'm happy to explain any of my tricks. But that trick is literally just there is this tool called downstream keyer, and it basically puts things on top of your stream, right? So when you see Vulture kind of pop up like here, right? Vulture, move us to main.
Moving to main scene.
There she is. She's on top of every scene, right? The alert widget that sometimes pops up when I get a subscriber is here, right? And obviously the drawing that I'm doing right now, all of that is like on top of every other scene, every other layer. That's how that works. So you can get some tricks, basically, by doing that. Yeah, the MS Paint backend, I'm sure that there are other tools and plugins to do it, but for me, it's just easier to like do this, right? I find this kind of easier. Simpler. Nobody's gonna update MS Paint underneath me, I think. Next time you draw a horse for 2 hours, you can get real weird with it. Yeah, you can do some funnies. I can give myself cat ears, I guess. And there was a point where you guys might have caught it at some point. It's like you can also use it to just like draw little stars in the corner. Right? I've done this before. You can get a little funny with it. You're welcome. I'm glad you were able to elevate your horse drawing techniques. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Anything else? Oh, right. Offkai. Offkai was great. Offkai was awesome. Met some cool people. Had a good time. Hung around. I was motivated to get some stuff done after that, honestly. I was like, yes, I'm gonna definitely put some more time into like my ASMR stuff and my voiceover stuff and all that stuff. And then I was like, oh wow, COVID. And the first year I'd say with COVID, YouTube released another bandwidth for ASMR artists, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I have a perpetual problem, which is I'm too busy, and I always complain about it. I complain about it maybe too much. Maybe I complain about it too much. Maybe that's why nobody loves me. But oh god, the cough. See, that's why I need the cough drop. I just think that I don't have enough time for all these things because I hear people going like, "Oh yeah, I'm releasing like 10 audios this week," and I'm like, "How do you have time for that? What are you doing? How are you doing that?" But I'm old. I think it's part of it too. I'm definitely old, and I don't have the same energy as I never had that much energy to begin with. To be honest, that's a big thing. It's like I just don't know where people are getting this energy from. I never had all that much energy. But I guess for those people, it's kind of like sometimes it's do or die, right? Like I really gotta pay these bills. I really gotta make it work. So I'm gonna do anything I can to make it work and go all in. And meanwhile, I'm over here being like, yeah, I got a day job. So when I come home from my day job, sometimes I stream. Sometimes I have a social life. Sometimes I watch pornography. You know, who knows? The world is my oyster. I'm not tied to streaming. I'm being a little facetious. I'm being a little facetious for sure. But I think it definitely has an impact on this, right? It's like, this is not a job. And because it's not a job, the amount of effort I put into it is not the same as a job, and therefore it will never become a job. But I think it's also, I mean, I've talked about this one too, is like, right, like, VA has, of course, like, I call it the roleplay stuff, right, that I've done a little bit of. Always still has the, like, the audition stuff, and has the, like, practice stuff, right? This is terrible penmanship, but I'm using a mouse, so kind of be nice to me. I get it back into the art stuff, right? And then there's like streaming stuff. And there's also, of course, like my fucking job. My job. Which I gotta put more energy. I gotta put more energy in my job. I'm scared, actually. I'm worried. I'm not doing enough for my job. And maybe that's just the sickness talking. Maybe that's the fact that I was sick for 2 weeks and didn't do jack shit for like 8 days. Which is a lot of days to not do anything. But job, right? And I'm like trying to juggle all this basically. So I don't know how people do it. But I think part of it is like, one, some of these people have managers, and two, some of these people, like, for them this is like the same thing, right? Or they're funneling this VA stuff or like ASMR stuff, right? They're funneling those people into stream watchers. And so stream is like just a secondary vehicle for other stuff that they're already doing. Same with this, right? I'm kind of all over the place. I don't know. I don't really have a strategy. I mean, part of streaming for me was I want to play some games. And part of it was like confidence, right? Voice confidence. Definitely that's a big one. Big part of why I streamed for a while is having some more speaking confidence, getting rid of my stutter, right? All that stuff. And then actually part of this is like motivation back into the art and back into the voice acting stuff and the animation stuff and all this stuff of like do a little project, right? Focus and maintain on that thing, and you can maybe get some stuff done. Watching chat. Woodfish Jelly says, I'm fairly aware of my pet corpos doing offkai every year, but I feel incapable of wrapping my head around it. Perhaps your fault for being somewhat too aware of the vtuberverse. Aware or unaware? What's I guess I don't really understand. But I guess I kind of understand, because I have this big problem, which is that I'm not a very good consumer, right? I've talked about this, right? There's like content and there's creation, right? And I hate to sound like an elitist, right? I worry this makes me sound like an elitist, but I care a lot more about this, right? I really give a shit more about the creation part than the content part, but the content part is what gets you views, right? This is the stuff that matters. This is the stuff that gets you views as a Twitch streamer, right? This is like the fun stuff. Rage baiting your viewers, being a fucking asshole, right? Like being fun and cute and quirky and like just kind of making content, right? I don't get that. I don't understand it. The people that I'm most interested in, right, in content creators, are people who do this stuff, right? Who not focus on this stuff, but like really play around with this stuff and like take advantage of the medium and work on this. And this is kind of another way you can do content, right? Is like personality. I can spell personality, right? You are trying to be a do-gooder, or I think you're very sincere, right? Or I think you're just like good people and a force for good, positive change. Like this also really works for me. Great example of this is Eros. is I think she's a do-gooder, right? She's kind of loud, she's kind of rude, right? She, as she described herself, uh, a ghost with an attitude, I think is what it says. Rude with the tude. But she's good people. She's good people, and I really respect that about her, right? Another good example of that is like Lucia, I think, is another good example of somebody who's like, I don't watch them as much, right? But I really respect them as streamers and people. Classic example of, well, I should be responsible, and I shouldn't be like, oh my god, I don't like this person. But I'll give a general category of if your content is like grifting, maybe not your biggest fan, and if your content is like being loud and screaming at people and raging and being toxic, right, and mean, maybe I'm not your fan. But I never like really fully understood all of this, right? I think it's a little bit of like, maybe it's the oldness. Maybe it's the fact that I'm old. But I really, really struggle. And this is something I wish people could help me out with. So, of course, by the way, I have a feedback form. If you want to give me feedback, you want to tell me something, you can always feel free to do that. But I always really struggle to understand, like, what is it that people like about streamers? I don't get it. I get that sense of connection. I get what these people like. From that sense, I get the idea that, like, you want to form a connection with somebody. There's a little bit of parasocialism, right? There's a little bit of this like connection between people and building genuine bonds and enjoying yourself and getting entertainment and all that stuff, right? But none of it means anything to me. Mostly. Right? It doesn't have the same impact that it does on other people, I guess. And so I think about it and I go like, well, it's kind of ingenuine, right? For me to do that. Because I don't like it, so why would I do it? But maybe that's a goofy thing to say. Something I've always struggled with, right? Something I've always struggled with is like the responsibility that I have as a creator, the responsibility and like impact that I have as a person online that says things. You know, I try not to get too caught up in it, but I definitely often get too caught up in it. Addressing the other thing that you're saying, Elfline was saying, yeah, it's a lot. The VA plus art plus stream stuff is a lot, even when you don't have a normal job. Yeah, I think that's a big thing, right? It's like very, very small. I say small, right? But like if you do art for 1 hour, right? And you do like 1 hour per day, right? And then you do like VA stuff. And in my case, I hope you guys know this about me, right? I'm genderqueer. You can see the little fans thing there, right? Put myself back down. So part of that is like also like voice training, which is a fucking impossible task. People who managed to figure it out, you guys are crazy. Very impressed by you, right? I've always struggled with it, like a fuck ton. And it's really hard for me to practice, but it's something that you just have to like, you have to commit time, right? You have to commit time, oh my god, time, right? And then obviously the job, the job is like, I'm gonna say 10 hours, right? 10 hours a day. It's 10 hours a day because you have to like put your makeup on, right? Get your face ready, wash your fucking hair, you know, and drive to work, and then drive home from work, right? And like you have to socially take care of yourself in a way that maybe you wouldn't have to with this stuff necessarily, right? If you lounge around in your sweatpants, like nobody gives a shit. It all kind of adds up, right? Of course, you have to feed yourself, you have to do the hygiene, you have to do all this stuff. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm getting sidetracked. But generally, feel free to like say things to me, right? Give me some advice if you're thinking like, oh my gosh, Glitch, you're a fucking moron and blah 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 blah. Totally fine. Talk to me. I am open to opinions. I'm pretty clear about where I am as well as like in my thought processes, right? Of what do I think streaming is? What do I think this is, right? And I think this is also a really big one that I didn't really spell out before, but I'll say like, you gotta socialize, man. right? You gotta socialize. I got non-streamer friends. I got this great buddy of mine, right? And I've known from high school, middle school actually. And like once in a few months we go out. That's important. That's really important. You know? Playing D&D with my friends is really important, right? Hanging out and playing Pathfinder is very important. Volunteering is important. Spending time with my nephew is important, right? All of these things are important. You gotta socialize. You gotta be a person. And I think that's especially important because how can you have a well-rounded experience, right? And a richness of life if you are quote-unquote terminally online, right? If you're terminally online and you don't go touch grass, you won't experience what grass is like, right? The depth and richness of the things you can talk about, things you can experience are few. So that's kind of why, even though I was like, oh man, I don't know about offkai this year, I didn't have a great time last year, my friend was going, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just follow you around all con. And it was great. I had a great time. Friend's really nice, by the way. If you guys, I talk about this all the time, but Runa is one of my best friends. You should follow her if you don't already. Yippee, Runa. Really nice person. Had a great time hanging out with her. Yeah. Okay. I should go goblin mode at some point, right? Going goblin mode is important. We should go goblin mode. we should close this song. Let's go goblin mode. We're gonna have a lot of goblin streams left, I think. There's so much goblin to do. But I guess after that we'll really work our way through Road Trader. I don't know how much we're gonna get done. I also want to start going house hunting, right? And so that will definitely take up time. Usually I probably will end up spending some of my Sundays on it. House hunting is a whole thing. Getting gobbled, yeah. And I don't know, like all these things I talk about, right? Like streaming is, as much as I want it to be a thing, right? I'm so on the fence about like how much time do I invest on it? How much do I put into this? And for me, a lot of it was like intended to be streaming as a vehicle for other things, and other things will feed back into this. But I mean, okay, last point, I guess. And the last point is really, for me, streaming was meant to motivate me to do the other things, right? It was meant to help motivate me to do art. It was meant to help motivate me to do more voice acting. It was meant to help motivate me to do projects and like keep on that stuff. And so I can't let it consume the rest of my life. But at the same time, I'm kind of wishy-washy in the stuff that I do. And I know for a fact, right? And as an example, let's say I release one 5-minute ASMR clip a month. Will I get growth? No. No. And I don't have any illusions about that. However, how often am I going to spend time on doing that? And how much time can I create to do that? 5 minutes a month, right? At a time when my nephew is not going off, and at a time that, you know, I have my dog not barking, and like all these little things, right? I'm pretty conscious of that. I'm pretty conscious of the fact that I'm very scattered and I don't have a niche. And so people who watch me are gonna get that experience of like, what is this guy doing? What is this goober doing? What the hell? Also, I haven't streamed in so long, I forgot my fucking stream deck. I knew it. I forgot something. I keep reaching over, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta reach over. I gotta put my hand over there and like, oh, I'm so sorry. Tapped my thing with my, I keep trying to reach over to try and like reset my, brother, please log in. Please don't let me do the whole login process. Fuck, please. Because I have this button. Yeah, smack with a cardboard tube simulator. I'm so sorry. That was the case for my iPad, which I use as a mini Stream Deck. It's like an old iPad. And it just kind of loads up a page and I just kind of click on it. But yeah, having that is important because I have these buttons that I use to reset things, and I'm like just kind of used to reaching over and pushing some buttons. Yeah. I'm so disoriented. I didn't even do blast radius. It's okay, Runa can be our blast radius today. Runa can be our blast radius today. I actually want to call out a few other people. Yeah, we can. You can distract me for sure. I will just drop a few links from people that I met that I thought were cool. Why is clicky link not working? Why me no click link working? Me click link. Me click link. Me click. Me do this. Me click this. Me click this button. Me click this button. Me click this button. No. Oh, you did not say you have a question about my model. You said you wanted to see the rest of my models. Yes. Here you go. That is not, yeah, I thought I misread that. It's hard not to see Absence being algo poison and suddenly want to become the world's most consistent streamer where it's like world's too big for that kind of nonsense. It's okay, first of all, here's my model, hello, right? And you guys obviously know there's like this button and this button and this button and this button, and then if you zoom way in, here we go. My eyes also change color, you can see that, right? And then I have coded it so that when I smile, you can see that. The blush turns on and I can turn it on fully like this. Yippee. Yippee. I'm in your face, yippee. Those are all the tricks. My favorite trick by far is the blushing one. I think it's very cute. I think it's very cute that I have it rigged to how much I smile. I like it. It makes me happy. I met some other streamers as well. Oh yeah, one other guy. Okay, I'm trying to like mentally map as well. Okay, I'm gonna mentally map. I have a following page, don't I? I have people I followed. Yes, let's just open that. Following. Twitch. Following. Following. There we go. Channels. Okay. Yes. Who the fuck is this? Okay. I think this person also. I'm trying to remember everybody I met in offkai. This, yes. There you go. I think that's everyone I met at offkai. Yeah. All wonderful people. I've met some other people who are just not on Twitch. Quote unquote not on Twitch, like not on YouTube, not anywhere, right? They're just like in existence. And they're all nice people. I had a good time. Yeah. I got some stuff. Okay. I should play Styx. I should go goblin mode. Let's do that. Yeah, talking about algo poison, it's also part of why it's so two reasons, right? Two reasons why you would split up your account. One is, and this is becoming less and less a thing nowadays because Google Gemini can connect your accounts and go, this person is this person, and then just ban you on everything. But part of it was like a safety, a block, where you go, okay, even if my ASMR account gets deleted because the algorithm sucks, my normal account is safe, right? Or vice versa. you have a little bit of separation there. That was one big reason, right? The other big reason is that your metrics for the algorithm are determined entirely based on whether or not somebody clicks and watches, right? Not entirely, but largely. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I make an ASMR video. Okay, I make an ASMR video. Okay, and normally I'm a gaming channel, right? Let's say I'm a gaming channel, and like 70% of my people watch it. 70% is a huge number, but I'm making up a number, right? 70%. Then you get an ASMR crowd, right? I put up some ASMR, and 30% watch, right? A lot less. The algorithm goes, this video was bad. It was bad. You're bad, right? And it also goes, your channel is bad because the content you just put out flopped like a motherfucker. So what are you doing? Well, let's say I do it anyway, and I promote it, okay? And now let's say from this, right, some people do see it, and I got like a 10% ASMR crowd. Just like 10% of my subscribers like ASMR, right? Let's say 70% of them like gaming, and like 20% of them like both. That's it. We're just making up some numbers, right? Making up some numbers. That means when I put out a gaming video, here, let's do some more reasonable numbers, right? Let's pick some numbers that make more sense. Let's say 40, 20, 40, okay? 40%, 20%, 40%, like this. That means each of my videos, right? Big fan of my voice for the personified algorithm, thank you. I do sarcasm pretty well, it seems like. Basically, YouTube will go, oh, all of your videos normally, based on our impression of how many subscribers you normally get, right? Like, let's say 100 people from your channel that are subscribed to you normally watch your video ABC. You put down an ASMR thing and they're like, oh my gosh, only 60 people watch it. It's bad. And you put down a gaming video and they're like, oh my god, only 60 people watch it. It's bad. And you put out an art video, right? I put down some art speed paint sometimes. And they're like, only 40% of people watched it. It's bad. And the moment that you cultivate any kind of audience, like this one, right? Of, oh, people who are here not for gaming, they're here for ASMR. It's bad. You're bad. That's a big reason why the niches are very important, right? That's a big reason why separate channels are very important. It's a big reason why when I do more art stuff and when I finally feel more confident to make more art and release more art like more regularly, and I have to find time for that, but of course, you know, the eternal struggle, I'm going to basically siphon off all of my art stuff off of this channel, and this channel is basically going to be my like games and like politics, right? Politics and like real talk, right? And then I'm going to have my like ASMR channel, and I'm gonna have my like art channel, right? Like, don't mix the crowds, kind of, because that stuff is important to growth, and it sucks. It's another fucking more billion. It's a billion more accounts to manage, and I hate it. I hate every part of it. I hate the fucking algorithm so much. Because I don't want to make another stupid fucking Twitter, and another stupid fucking YouTube, and another stupid fucking TikTok, and another stupid fucking Instagram, and another stupid right? Like, oh my god, just kill me. It's awful. It's terrible. But that's the struggle, right? That's the algorithmic struggle. Diversification is bad. Isn't that stupid? Like, it sucks. Because like part of the Twitch meta, right, is that you want to be interesting. And part of how you're interesting is to be a diverse, multi-talented person. Right? If you're not super funny, and I'm not super funny, you probably want to have some kind of talent that lets you stand above other people, right? Because it is a a view share game. I'm not saying it's a net zero game, but it is kind of a game of like, how much of the view share do you have? How much do people notice you? How much people care about you? And you got to figure out a way to make yourself matter, right? For me, doing everything myself is kind of my claim to fame, right? My claim to fame is kind of like, you too could be a normal fucking guy and achieve like this baseline, which is not a very high baseline, right? In terms of viewership, but in terms of like stream quality, I think the baseline is decent, right? You don't need a bajillion bucks to have a model. You don't need a bajillion bucks to do XYZ thing. You don't need a bajillion bucks to do like this. You can be a normal guy and you can achieve this. I'm literally, my claim to fame is I'm literally just some guy, right? So, unfortunately, it's not very marketable. I know that, right? I know that that's just kind of how it is. And I'm not very consistent because I prioritize socializing, and I prioritize my family, and I prioritize all these things. And people are like, well, you gotta make sacrifices. Yeah, I do. I'm sacrificing all this. That's the outcome. I'm sacrificing all this for family time, for job, right? Okay, I've ranted for like an hour. I'm tired. My throat hurts. I need a cough drop, and I need an ad break because the ad break is now. And then we'll actually go goblin mode. I promise we'll go goblin mode for real. Give me a little bit here. And I will try not to think too hard about the shifting landscape of viewership, right? That is, I think the other quick thing I'll just say is that, like, let's say I have 500 viewers. I will not have the same 500 viewers next year. I just won't, right? People change, people grow, people move on. I think if I had 100 of the same viewers, I would be very lucky, right? But what else can you do, right? I'm not here for those 400 people left. I'm here to do my thing, and I'm here to enjoy myself. And if people are along for the ride, that's great. Yes, getting gobbled part 2, part 1. Exactly, part 5. Don't get COVID. Alright, I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be back. Vulture, move us to AFK, please.
Moving to AFK.
She's so quiet. What? Hold on. Was she super quiet to you guys too? Oh, my volume is like -6. Okay, that's why. Okay. It was my fault. It was my fault. Let me know, by the way, if the sound, how the sound bounces, blah blah blah. We're just gonna get started. This would be safe, I guess, right? Okay. I think we just updated the ledger to give ourselves a exit route and stole some ancient documents from a library. And now we're gonna go goblin mode and freak out, I guess, right? What else are we gonna do? Buy some upgrades? Oh, someone's pinging me. Someone's pinging me with real questions. They're not really pinging me. I'm just distracted easily. Okay. Alright. Let's go goblin mode. So let me refresh myself on my memes and my dreams. I came out of here. I weapon swap like this. I can amber vision. Nope, I can throw up. That's the ball. Is this amber vision? This is amber vision. Okay, I guess you do have to remember not to tap out like a crazy person. That's important. And then you can go invisible. What's my run button? I got my dodge button. Do I have a run button? I have not played this game in too long. Controls. Keyboard mouse. Crouch. Roll. Use item. Jump space. Pause. Walk. Make noise. Make noise button. I wasn't allowed to make noise button. Make noise button is awesome. Make noise button is awesome. I think you guys can see the thing, but I'll scooch myself a little bit. There we go. You guys can see the HP bar fully now. Good. Good news. Okay. Oscan's down there. What's up there? The hideout. Okay, Oscan. Oh fuck, falling damage.
Hey, look who's here. Did you find what you were looking for, my friend?
Yeah, I did. Let's talk.
And so, I'm off to Lord Barrowman's place.
What? Did you spill some brains, or have you just got a death wish? You want to turn up at the big boss's place just like that?
Well, I would have announced my visit with a hunting horn, but I left it in my other pants.
Listen, friend, if you really want to go there, I might just know how to get you inside. I'll explain, if you'd just be so kind as to bring me back a small souvenir in exchange.
You wouldn't know how to get to the heart of the tree by any chance, because it would save me time.
No. If I knew that, I would already have sold it myself. The heart of the tree. Well, just reach right in the tree and grab it, old son.
Well then, okay, I'll see if I can find what you want. Spit it out.
I know that Barrowman has a secret room in his apartment, and I'd like to know what it's used for or what's inside. For someone like me, that kind of information is worth big money.
Hey, finding secret rooms is what I do.
Listen, every day, Barrowman gets a delivery of huge chests containing his clean clothes, food from his personal reserve, and documents that he has brought up from the library. All you have to do is to get inside one of the chests and be delivered to his home.
What do I look like? Pastrami? Then again, I got nothing to lose. What is it you need me to get?
I don't know. Anything that looks expensive. I've never set foot inside the governor's place, but there must be plenty.
Okay, I'll see. Will that be all, my prince?
No, there's a guy.
No.
Owen, the foreman of the reinforcement works. A crook at heart, like you and me. Except that all of a sudden, the guy wants to go straight. He had a vision.
A vision.
You know the type. A vision. Anyway, I don't know what's bitten him, but he threatened to inform on some of my guys if I didn't leave him alone.
I get the feeling that a friend of yours is gonna have an accident.
Yes, but more than that, I want to make an example of him. Something that says, when you do business with Ozcan, it's for life or death. Bring his body back to me, and I'll arrange a small show in public.
You're crazy.
Damn, transporting a corpse. This is gonna cost you, buddy. I hope it's worth it. Sitting up to your ass in water all day long.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. Well, good chatting, Oscan. Good chatting. I can do some things for you, I guess. I should go to the hideout. I should collect my stuff. We learned what acid vials do. That's right. You can use acid vials to blow up a corpse. I think. That sounds right. Open sesame. This game is a little weird in that you can hold items from previous encounters, right? So like, I got these vials of acid, I just don't know what to do with them. They're just chilling. Let's admire my new relic. Nice. A chalice. Wow. Okay, let's get some skills. 205 skill points. I can do anything. Do anything I want. I can... go right down this tree, actually, probably. Is there anything else I really wanted? I guess violence is important. I guess agility is also important. I don't know, it's really hard to just not do this. Like, crazy upgrades, right? Crazy upgrades. Rapid recovery, master of invisibility, very happy with these. I can't afford pounce. Okay. I could get Amper Vision, Expert Collector. I could get Covered Kill. Okay, Mastery Escape I don't ever use. I feel like I get auto-grabbed and die. Expert Duelist I can't parry, I'm in Goblin mode. So I think it's not worth 90 points just to get access to Elite Thrower. I think I'll just take Silent Landing and call it. And then I might as well get Expert Collector. And we'll aim for... like, we'll aim for these murder things, I guess? Clone stuff. Yeah, I guess I'm done with agility. So it's probably clone stuff. It's probably clone stuff, kill stuff, and then like maybe Amber Vision. Okay. Let's go on a mission. Go kill some people. I feel slow. I feel slow. Also, because I'm classically bad at remembering what things are. KMB. None of my buttons work. Whatever. I've already forgotten everything I just picked up. I'm like 90% sure I picked up some stealth clone stuff, right? Being invisible one more time is awesome. I think one of the key things is I crunch this off drop is being able to just sit there invisibly while you're waiting is really strong, right?
First step. Reach the docks where the governor's chests leave.
Okay. Let me remember my buttons. F5 for quick save. This is awesome. You can just sit here indefinitely. This is the best. At a certain point when the cough drop gets too small, I just have this impulse to bite it. But okay. We got some dudes.
Hey, you wouldn't have a small vial for a poor arsehole that's about to die of boredom?
Of course, some biscuits to go with it. Damn it, do you think you're at the market?
Go on. Nobody can hear us. I'll pay you double. I really need some.
Well, only because it's you. Check my stocks. Don't follow me.
Okay. The relic is in the docks, so we won't worry about it yet. We want to find the smugglers' hiding places. That'll be good. This time you have the plans. Now you need the key. Oh my gosh, I cannot do a low voice. What's happening? It's the cough drop. It's the COVID. COVID has ruined my dark and deep, sultry voice that I used to attract men and women of all varieties. What is even the point of me at this point? What is the point of me if I can't do that voice? Anyhow. That old dog Barrowman hides it in his apartment. To reach them, you have no choice but to hide in one of the chests that are stored at the docks. The fastest and most prudent path is to take the viaduct. Once there, you can let your talent do the talking. Circumspect and quick. The old man will have no idea what hit him. It'll come back. I hope so. Having a large range to my voice is pretty important to me. I was joking about this, but this is kind of how I feel about gender nowadays, is like, I kind of want to be a G.I. Joe, where you can just kind of slap on the parts that you want at any given moment, right? That's kind of where I am at gender-wise. And for that to work, I need a large range for my voice. I have to remember what my stealth moves are, right? I think the key one is no sound moving while invisible. And nothing else really happened, right? We're just light on our feet. Why is it M for relic, by the way? Can I get B for mission? We're here. die. There's a dude up there. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna spot me and he's gonna kill me. Mechanism. Shit. There's just a dude. What are you doing here, random guy? Fuck. Patrolling. Who asked you to patrol? It. Look at this fucking asshole. Such a gender mood. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. I know it's unrealistic. I'm pretty aware of that, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Yeah. Can I turn this off? No. No, I cannot. Okay, where are we going? There's a mechanism up here for some reason. I gotta find a stash of drugs. That guy scared me, even though he's dead. I guess you can go up this way. This game has a lot of just like looking around. And in theory, you should be able to do it without murdering somebody. Oh, hello. How's it going, man? What did I grab? I have no idea what I just grabbed. Something. Something. Wait, there's a hook there? Hold on. How are you accessing that? Mysterious. Mysterious. Oh, I see. That's the map for all the hiding places. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Is there a dude there? There is a dude there. Oh, I clipped right through. Second dude? You walking up? What are you doing?
A monster! Someone there! Let's go!
Okay. That guy gets straight up pissed off if you close the light behind him. Noted. It is louder than I think it is. No problem. Now, time to check something. Okay, you cannot become invisible while holding this guy. I figured. Now, where did Tweedledum go? Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Okay. Fucking what? Why that corner? Oh. Guess that's that. I suppose the stealth way is to, like, hide out behind these things. Is that an evil crossbowman? It is. You're my arch enemy, so you must die. Goodbye. What are those noises? What are those noises? Okay, that's my dad. Okay, it's my dog. I heard a scraping noise and I was like, I hope that's not the game. Who's sneaking up on me right now? It was in fact not the game. Oh, I see. You jump here. That's cool. And then what, you like get on that thing, I guess? Okay, I get it. These investigations are important if I ever replay this game or go do a mission again for extra points, which I might. I might do this mission again for extra points. Hey man, how's it going? Don't spot all the dead bodies. That's bad. Instead, become a dead body. That's better. I was telling my buddies I would kill, metaphorically in Minecraft, I would kill for another Dishonored game. I would love that.
Hey, I'll take 2 weeks of duty if you give me a discount on some amber.
You know the answer. It's still no, just like always.
You gonna open this door? What are you doing? What is he doing? Oh, that's a lot of people. Only your clone can cross. Bad news for me. Okay, clone. Let's get to work. Alright, this guy is dead. I'll just find his corpse right here. Am I too conservative with amber? The fact that I have 2 bottles just sitting here waiting for me is maybe a good and bad sign. So how do you get here normally? Why are there spooky sounds? Sounds are a little too spooky for me. Okay. So map-wise. What if you need to find some boss encounter? There are no bosses in this game. It is pure stealth. So you cannot have bosses because I get one shot by everything. If there is suddenly a boss, I will be unbelievably pissed off. Because this is a like stealth only kind of game. So we entered through here, we went basically all the way up. I think we're here. What is the way you get here normally? If you were to stealth this, I don't know. I actually don't know. In theory, you can hop onto that, and then what? You go from there. Onto the pipe? Yeah, I guess it's this, huh? Okay, so this is how you do it without clones. Then how do you get here normally? I'm here now. Now what? Okay, you get up here. There's no way into this room without using that door, right? Doesn't seem like there is.
Time's up. Break's over.
I guess there's this big hole in the ground. Look, the deeper you go into the stronghold, the less I understand what his job is. Guys just standing there hammering objects ineffectually. It's busy work. It's there to keep the economy running. He gets paid a stipend. I've been doing a good job not getting alerted thus far. I kind of want to keep that up. But also, I got this guy. I can open his mechanism so safely.
Time's up.
That's the commune's hammer. Yeah. Smooth. Smooth. Right, like nobody knows now. So that was that door, I guess. In theory, I'm supposed to grab that coin. But I'm never doing the full grab everything route. I know that. I know that. Oh, look, it's a dead person. Isn't this some manner of monarchy? There's a lord, so probably, yeah. There's some guy called Lord Barrowman. So it stands to reason there's some kind of such power. Hiding place, hiding place. People. People. The king of communism and his serfs? Yeah, maybe so. Maybe it's the king of communism and his serfs. It's very possible. You guys are really drinking on the job here. What's happening?
What is?
I thought I could stab him. And apparently I pushed the stab button and nothing worked.
Hey, someone there? Understood.
I'm sorry, did my murder technique alert everyone? As I shoved that guy, I didn't even look. I guess my murderizing techniques alert everyone.
No. There's
What the fuck is this? I thought I was gonna silent kill that guy. And now I have to do whatever the fuck this is. Jesus Christ. These guys should not be friends. I was kind of hoping they would attack each other. They don't. It's very bad. Like if I step out of this thing, this guy's gonna kill me.
Come on, lads.
Shit. Yeah, what was the point of that even? Fuck. Can you not beat me in the head? Holy shit. This one murder has become such a problem. Maybe I gotta let this guy go.
Hey, someone there?
All right.
The insects are about to show up again, aren't they? I can feel it. I'm sorry, it's too much. That's so scary. Even if I can survive that, the little insect army marching up to me is way too much. I'm gonna get spotted, holy shit. I can't do the insect army, it's too much. The bugs will attack anything that makes any noise. They are super sensitive to noise, basically have a tremor sense. And we are now back where we started. Fuck it.
I've already been through there. Huh? No, I'm talking shit. And yet... no, my ears are ringing. This headache just keeps getting worse.
Okay, well, I'm here now, I guess. The bugs are up there now, I guess. Last time we got them with the clone was because we lured them into the death pit.
It's starting to get to me.
Right? There was like a furnace that we lured them into. Okay, one more hiding place and then we make it to the dogs. And everyone's favorite bugs are now back. Let me see how this works.
What's going on over there?
Holy shit, everybody's here.
No, there's nothing.
So where did that guy's body end up? That's the thing, I don't even know where his body is.
2 days without Amber.
They spotted him somehow.
It's starting to get to me.
What is happening over here, I wonder? There's some guy. It's a little pit area. There's some workers. You can pass through it for some reason. Shit, nope. I don't know what you're doing on that side, but you can pass through it for some reason. I guess you would want to go up there somehow. Which means crossing the bridge. Yeah, let me just see what's on that side. Jesus Christ. Okay, well it's a downward path. Understood. And some fucking guy. Either you can go up the top side or you can deal with the bugs. Is that it?
Some fruit over there.
I guess this is why an aerial assault move is important. Oh hey, it's a coin! I'm actually finding too many coins. To the point where maybe I should have gone back and got that one.
It's starting to get to me.
Hey man, let's get to work. Okay, those guys are distracted, so I sneak through here. And behold, the final hiding place. With knives. That I guess I should have been using. Can I use knives on my bug friends? Doesn't fucking work. Okay. They're immune to knives? Terrifying. Why are they immune to knives? Why is that the case? That doesn't seem fair. are you here? Why 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 are you here? It went from no detection to instant detection. I think if it bumps into you, counts. It was not in detection mode. It was just doing a route, I guess. Okay, we're out of here. There's some dudes. Don't want to deal with them. Just go here. They're so chill about the creepy crawlies. Like, there's just one hanging out. I guess part of it must be that if you want the like no kill achievement, this would really make your life miserable.
Yeah, we just finished redoing one gallery, but another threatens to collapse.
Couldn't we cut the roots? Seriously, rather than reinforce all around. It's about as much use as bird shit on a pump handle.
Okay. That is the route back to the bridge. Is my goal to go up? Yeah, if I could make that jump, I guess.
Let's see, you never know.
Alright.
Nobody.
Responding to a DM. So, I don't know that I can make this jump. No, I cannot. But nobody noticed me. Maybe I should have committed to that, honestly. Can I long jump this? Wow, okay. Impressive. So not stealth jumping actually gets you further. I don't know what's over there, but I don't want to find out. Let's just go up.
Misled, my friend. Shh. For goodness sake, shut up. I don't want to know, all right? I don't want to finish in the nick or worse. Never mention it to me again. 2 days without amber.
Everyone knows bugs only eat goblins. True. They're so on high alert to your sneaking and something like that, but couldn't give us a shit about the bugs as tall as our thighs. It might be because they're, as you pointed out, high. They're high. So theoretically, you could jump here, and then like walk up the bridge that way. My goal is to make it there through all of this incredible bullshit. Ow. Are you supposed to? Oh, I guess you can top route this. But there's a guy like literally right there. Dog screaming. Back. I'll be back. Hello. Sorry, 1 second. Well, I guess that was good timing for the ad break. No. Dog's little. Dog's fine. Guess he's just acting out. And 1 second, someone's asked me a question. Okay. What is my dog's name? I'm wondering whether or not I should say that. I might have said it all in stream already, but it might be like PII, right? Maybe I shouldn't say it. But anyway, the dog is fine. He's just acting out about, I don't know what. He like maybe nipped his foot or something, and he was limping, and I checked his foot and I didn't see anything, and then I was like, okay, do you want a treat? And he like walked just fine and not limping, and I was like, okay, you're just fucking with me. You're just messing with me. Alright, that's cool, man. I don't know, he was hanging out with another family member, so I don't know what his deal is. Just being annoying for no reason. Yeah, extremely urgent apparently. I mean, he did the cry like he's hurt, right? So I think he might have bit himself a bit too hard or something. Being annoying. How do you get here normally? From here? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Yeah, I guess. I guess that's an option.
I thought I saw. There's something over there. A monster! That one's mine. Wait and see, my friend. I'll find.
No, you won't. Sorry, my mood took a hit. I got some unsolicited advice about how I should live my life. And,
Someone there.
didn't take that well. always a little difficult to respond to, I think you're living your life the wrong way, and I need every piece of information to decide whether or not you're doing things correctly. And let's have that conversation for the 6th time. Let's have everyone have that conversation for the 6th time about whether or not you're doing things right. It's awesome. Super cool. Well, that begs out of the zone. We made it. It's awesome. Do a full save here. So I'm pretty bad at bouncing back from criticism like quickly. I can usually do it just fine, given like a little bit of time, right? But there's something kind of crummy about like I can't tell if the advice is genuine or if someone's projecting. Yeah. I think it makes sense. But also like you should go back to work in person. I'm still coughing. I had COVID. I'm not subjecting other people to that. I don't know. Phrasing it wrong. Obviously it's biased. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Sorry. It's been a very negative stream to this week. Sorry about that. Then we're gonna call it here. Pretty worn out all of a sudden, and I can feel my voice starting to hurt from talking for 2 hours, so I guess I'll call it here. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate all your support as always. Appreciate you guys being nice to me. Appreciate all of that. That'll be it for us tonight. I hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, night. Whatever you're up to, whatever you're doing, I hope you have a good one, and I will see you next time. Yeah. All right.